open E tuning. I remember I said I was going to do something with that song that we kind of came up with on this. I'm going to get back to Amazing Grace. People who've been watching this, have been following, recognize that thing?
Hi, I'm Lily Pool, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Sunday morning slide guitar meditations with my dad. It's a half-an-hour slide guitar hangout on Facebook Live at 11 a.m. on Sundays. You don't really do anything except that while you're not doing anything, you learn how to coax beautiful sounds out of your guitar. Here's what people who've already made the hang are saying. He's so patient. Thanks, man. Beautiful. Awesome. What tuning is that? And it's kind of like watching the Teletubbies? All true, except, well, maybe the patient part. So grab your guitar and a slide and stop over on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. here on Facebook Live. The people you live with might even say, hey, that doesn't sound too bad.
Anyhow, you gotta have fun. That's my daughter, Lily, plugging her old man's thing. So that little song is now the theme song for this thing. Anyway, so everything that we've done, this is gonna all plays into all these pieces of music that we've been mucking around with, and my hope is that they kind of intermingle and become fluid and come back out in some other way that's unique to you, but taking with you some of the, I hate to use this word, but some of the disciplinary elements, because rhythm is just so critical. And so, whether it's the alternating bass or whatever. But anyhow, so we have this major scale. I didn't do a major scale going up. This is a major scale, descending. And songs like Amazing Grace, Oh When the Saints Go Marching In, so many tunes are playable in this tuning. And they're kind of, the melodies are, I'm of the opinion that it can be interpretive. I mean, like Tom Waits doing Waltzing Matilda is awesome. It's an awesome thing. It has very little to do with Waltzing Matilda, the lyrics, but I mean, he takes a great deal of liberty with the elasticity of the time and changing the meter of the tune, but it's great. It works great. I like it better than Waltzing Matilda, but in fact, I don't think he even does it as a waltz. But anyway, I can't remember. But but so this song like Amazing Grace, you're supposed to, it's stylized, you stylize it, and so in the beginning when I started this episode or whatever of the thing, I was doing rubato, with no time, and then I clicked into time for 2 or 3 times through, and then went into rubato in the end. To me, the rubato thing just feels really cool, and the notes in the melody are all notes that we've played. The difference on this one, or the difference or the advancement on this thing is the you kind of you did the chords, dwelling on these chords a little bit, and again thinking about intonation and above all tone. So we'll just take that bit of it. And we're getting now, this is the 5th one of these things, and we're getting now into the zone where in the beginning, it was, for me, it was fairly easy to be deliberate about what notes were syncopated or to play the on the beat notes and be able to convey that, I feel like, in fairly, whether it's an up, you know, a syncopation or on the beat melody note. When we were playing the major scale, it's pretty clear. Right, that these are playing quarter notes, and this is a whole note. And if the half note descending on whole notes, right? And then if you were to change the picking and do it on the upbeats, right? So first on the beat, then on the upbeat. When we get into this thing where we're like being a little bit more expressive and playing like this, what we're gonna do now, it's a little harder for me to be like super precise about. You're just gonna have to listen. It just gets into more just my own idiosyncrasies as a player. Yeah, so anyway, again, in trying to explain it, I start hearing it through your ears, and places where it might be slightly confusing, but just this is fair. Let's take the first part of it. This is straightforward enough. Play that one more time. Now I'm going to play the phrase. That's down, that descending is on the second fret. This is just a repeat. And now up to the seventh. I'm going to show you two chord substitutions here right at the beginning because they're cool to just throw in to give it some flavor, some extra flavor. And the first one I've hit before, and that is the substitution for the A chord, which is the barred on the 5th fret. And that is, if you were in regular tuning and you played a E7 chord, it would be like fretted like so, with the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string and the index finger on the 1st fret of the G string. And if you make that chord in open E tuning, you get this. If you slide that up a whole step, that same formation, right? And now if you add your ring finger, on the B string, so sometimes instead of, let me say it. substitution. And again, I'll use it. Kind of nice to walk into that. To walk into it. Walk into it. If that's difficult for you, or whatever, just put it in your back pocket. I mean, you don't have to, you know, it's something to practice. And I'll tell you one other thing while we're here, and that is that if you're making this A chord substitution, if you just move your middle finger towards your lap, middle finger towards your knee, one string, and put it on the D string, you get that chord. So we had this chord. You move that one finger, that chord there. That is also a 5 chord. That's a B. Now your muting comes into play on these chords, right? Because obviously this doesn't really work as well if you're hitting that one does, but this one, if you're getting that, it's a little too much. And likewise with this chord, this doesn't work, but this works. But you can't go. You can, but it doesn't sound as cool. Sometimes when I'm playing too, I kind of brush the strings with my fingernail to get a little bit. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take the let's back up a second and let's take this major scale for a walk. I hope it's not boring. Let's just take it nice and easy and take it for a walk. And then we're gonna come back. In fact, let's do this. Let's put this guy, let's get our old friend up here. Keep us honest. Oh, God, that sounds slow, doesn't it? Is that 60? Jesus. I picked 60 arbitrarily because there's 60 seconds in a minute. 60 minutes in an hour. It's a pretty low heart rate, 60. You have to be an athlete. Again, relax and just try and make the note beautiful. Try and make that slide note beautiful. Nicely intonated and make it feel nice. We're going to do it one more time, just like that. 1, 2, 3, let's do it once more. It's nice. turn this off, and we'll go back to Amazing Grace. And if the discipline of the alternating bass, like I'd imagine what's probably happening is probably certain probably there are just a couple of stumbling places in it. You're probably pretty probably the melody on that 5 chord the first time might be a stumbling block. So you're probably going to find places in it that you can play, and then you're going to find places that are more challenging. And I would never suggest like trying to play it exactly like I'm playing it. It's not like a literal thing. I mean, I took my own liberties with, obviously. I mean, I took my own license with the song, and I think that's what you should do in general with folk music and stuff is do that. So, but the thing is that the underlying, that part of it, you know, like it might not feel, it's not going to feel the way it mine feels, and it shouldn't. But my recommendation is don't give up. Figure out a way to make it work. When I was first learning fingerstyle guitar, learned the song "Green Rocky Road" by Dave Van Ronk. I heard it on a live at the Philadelphia Folk Festival record that my roommate Rand Schumann had live at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. And there was a great version of Green Rocky Road, and I was playing with a flat pick up until this point. And Van Ronk is playing, and I'm sure it's packed. It was the late 1960s or something, maybe early 1970s. In the song, he's playing it, and he starts going woo, and it's something about this was so exhilarating that I said, okay, so I can't play with a flat pick, I have to learn how to do this, and it's alternating bass, and I couldn't play it, of course. But what I would do when I couldn't play it, and this is why the anecdote is, I would think the melody in my head, and I would play this. If I couldn't do them together with my hands, I'd play this, and so in my head I'd be going do 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 do, right? So I'm humming Amazing Grace right now, but then when I do I'd think, where is my thumb when that one down? So that's clearly on the beat. Down, 3 notes, 2 notes are on the beat, and one's not, right? Down. Actually, 2 notes are off the beat. Down. And that's how I did it. And then slowly, just practicing, I put it together. And in terms of reinforcing the melody, and getting the melody to feel nice, and getting the melody to, because this is a tearjerker, right? There's hardly any more. This is a big tearjerker tune. Like, this song resonates with everybody. And when I say tearjerker, I don't mean I mean it's a sincere, powerful piece of music. So you could, but then, like, when I started to lesson this thing, you just back off of it and play it rubato. See, I do that, which I'm not doing when I play with alternating bass. So this is really the cool part of the song, actually, right? I mean, this is the expressive part. Part of the thing. So then review of our other things that we learned. So these chord substitutions, And then if you add the ring finger, so this Amazing Grace thing, I mean, if you buy it, and you kind of get like a cool little piece there, right? You can do it just the way that I've done it each time I've played it. Just kind of feels natural to me. Run through it a couple of times, rubato, and then put it at tempo 2 or 3 times, and then rubato in the end, and you got yourself a little ditty. And the middle part, the part in time with the alternating bass, actually is kind of really cool because of the rubato bits that bookend it. those are to me anyway, those are the more interesting approaches to the song. The rubato stuff is definitely more like, feels more, emotional to me. But the time feels cool because it sort of feels like, getting a party started now. And then you come back at the end and it's all meditative and whatever at the end. Anyway, yeah, well, listen, thanks for stopping by. And if you have any questions, type them, or we'll put them in the questions that in the thing there. Comments, and I mean, I'll definitely answer them. And I've been a little.